Jojo review. So this is another one of those episodes I would consider an in-betweener episode, but we do focus a lot more on Lancia, which is pretty cool because I was interested in Lancia considering that he reminded me a lot of Luffy, and he seems pretty interesting. He's like got this childish vibe around him, but he also seems to have a bit of a temper. So there are these moments where he'll just throw these really childish temper tantrums, and I want to learn a lot more about him. Also, his stand name is Aerosmith. Hell yeah! But we also get introduced to this new character who has the same name as me, and I like her also, actually. Trish is pretty cool. Oh man, this sounds so weird to say. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a Trish cosplay for one of my big live streams when we hit a mile mark. 10K live stream is gonna be a Trish cosplay. She's got a weird outfit too. It's like a tube top with like some kind of neck thing that goes and like when she was walking from behind, you can see a little bit of a butt crack going on there, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, nice. But let's get into actually reviewing the episode and what went down in it. So, episode starts off, we're having like this bathroom meeting. Everyone's in the men's bathroom, and Mista is getting his wounds stapled. And Bruno's about to explain where the treasure is, but he kind of hesitates. He looks at his watch, and he's like, let's wait a little bit more. And Lancia assumes that the reason why he's not, coming out with it and revealing where the treasure is because there are these two cleaning people outside who are cleaning. So he goes out there, and he's like, hey, can you clean another time, please? And the lady cleaner is so sassy. She's like, I'm sorry, do you own the bathroom, bitch? So she's heading into the bathroom, and he's like, hey, wait, stop. You just can't be sassy with me. He pulls out his switchblade. He has like 2 switchblades that he just carries around with him. So he goes to like threaten her with a knife, like, hey, don't mess with me, bitch. And she grabs his wrist and twists it around and like points it right towards his face and actually like starts cutting his face. And like he brings out his other switchblade and he's about to stab her, but Bucciarati's like, no. That's when we're introduced to the other cleaning man, Pericolo. He looks like he either has cross eyes or like one lazy eye. It's kind of hard to tell with the way that he's drawn. It looks like both of his eyes are lazy with the way that he's drawn. He's not necessarily staring forward. And he is one of the capos for the organization. And Bruno basically worked out this meeting with them there so that he could give them the money. So the treasure is hidden in the bathroom. Bruno goes in there, he unzips one of the urinals and pours out all this treasure. He gives it to Pericolo, and Pericolo is like, look, I don't care where you got this money. Money is money. So guess what? I'm promoting you to capo. So yay! Bruno's a capo. Everyone's really excited. He's like, hey, hang on a second. This means that you're going to be taking over all of Popo's responsibilities before he died. So, I have a direct order from the boss that you're going to be taking care of his daughter. So the cleaning lady who almost stabbed Lancia in the face, well, actually she did kind of stab him a little bit, she goes off into the bathroom to like get changed into her normal clothes. It's revealed that she is the boss's daughter, the boss that nobody knows anything about. The story behind her is she actually has never met her father before. Her mother recently passed away. Her mother's name Donatella, which I think is a funny name, but also a pretty name. I only think it's funny because Donatella sounds awfully close to Donatello, and I immediately just think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And the idea is the boss is already completely convinced, yes, this is my daughter. I did have sex with that woman. I want to meet up with my daughter. And he's basically, he's organizing a way to get her to him safely because there's another group of people who are after her who think that she has information on the boss that they can use. The bad people who are after her are actually part of the organization. They're like dirty people who turned and want to take over the drug. Our main characters, they're kind of after the organization too. They're after the boss as well, but they don't want to take over the drug stuff. They just want to end all the drug stuff and selling it to children. Anyway, so now their job is to protect Trish, And she's pretty cool. I kind of like her character. She's obviously kind of spoiled. She comes out. She immediately tells Fugo to take off his jacket. And he does, but he's not really sure why. And then she, like, wipes her hands on his jacket. And she's like, you're going to have to buy me a handkerchief because I don't have anything. Also, you're going to have to buy me stockings, magazines, and you know what? I need to have French wine or else I'm going to die. I don't know, she just has this sassy exterior about her that I kind of like. It's like, yeah, she knows what's up. Fugo obviously is like super pissed that she just used his jacket as a freaking hand towel. He's just like, ah! That's when we're introduced to the new villain of the two-parter episode. I'm guessing we're going to see Lancia fight him later on in the next episode. When we first get introduced to him, he's like petting a cat, so that's immediately how you know that he's evil. He's petting a cat in a dark room, thinking about Polpo's death, and he's obviously going out to kind of investigate why, when Polpo died, immediately Bruno and his group just kind of disappeared. He thinks that's kind of suspicious, and I don't know about that. His name is Formaggio, and I kind of liked the scene that we see him with the cat, though, because there's this one part of the scene where he actually puts the cat in the bottle, and you don't see him, you know, you don't see him actually doing it, but he goes over to the wine bottle and he's playing with it for a while, and when he steps away, you see that the cat is somehow in the wine bottle, and you don't really quite understand it. So it's foreshadowing his ability, which you do actually learn by the end of this episode. So, back to Lancia. His job is basically to go shopping for Trish, who is waiting on her stuff. She's like, I need stockings, I need blush, I need all this. I know that I'm doing kind of like a grouchy voice when I do Trish, but honestly, I imagine her talking like, the girlfriend from My Cousin Vinny. Remember her voice? Imagine you're an innocent doe idea grazing in a forest, and then all of a sudden, BAM! You get shot between the eyes. Please, when we do the English dub of Jojo Part 5, please give her that voice. That would be so perfect. Yeah, so Lancia is given all these instructions. Oh, so he doesn't get followed. Make sure you're not getting followed is the basic idea of these instructions. And Abba mentions for a short bit that Lancia's ability will help it so that he won't get followed. So he's in the car, he has all the groceries and stuff, and he pulls over for a bit because he notices that something is off. He's like, I know that there's nobody behind me. Nobody in my sight is following me. But something feels off. And that's when he looks in the back seat and notices, oh! Of course, Lancia doesn't really recognize him, he doesn't really know him firsthand, but Formaggio knows him by his name because he has kind of some information on Bruno and his gang. And he's like, where are you going, Lancia? Why do you keep looking behind you, making sure nobody's gonna follow you? Seem kind of guilty to me. And eventually Formaggio brings up Bruno, and he plays the oldest trick on the book with Lancia. He like pretends that he's talking to someone behind him. He's like, hey, don't you agree? Lancia turns around like, huh? There's somebody there? And just gets a cheap shot at him from behind and cuts his cheek with his stand, which is Little Feet. And that's when Lancia gets angry and you see like the dust coming up. I thought he was gonna go full Super Saiyan at first, but he brings out his stand, Aerosmith, hey! I like Aerosmith. So it's the plane that I've seen in the opening theme before, and basically it just starts shooting at him, guns a-blazing, into his car, just constantly shooting at him. He's trying to deflect all the bullets with Little Feet. And meanwhile, the entire time, Lancia is just kicking the side of the car, just screaming, I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you. It really is like a child just having a temper tantrum, and it's really funny. This one part of the scene, he actually ends up kicking one of his shoes off, and he kicks the side of the car with his bare foot, and he's like, ah! He hurts himself because he's just kicking the side of a car. He uses Aerosmith to drop a bomb on him, which actually makes a good bit of a bomb. It blows like the side of the car. It's obviously not enough of a bomb to like, it's a small bomb. It's not enough of a bomb to blow up a city block or anything. But Formaggio escapes, and he's not really sure why. He's like, where'd he go? And that's when we learn that Formaggio's ability is to shrink things. So he's shrunk about this size on top of the car, and Naranchi is just looking around looking for him, and he jumps into Narancia's pocket to like chill there for a moment. And while he's looking around to see where Formaggio has disappeared to, he opens the side door where all the groceries are, and that's when Formaggio sees all the ladies' stuff that he's buying, you know, like blush, magazines, stockings, and he's like, wait a minute, that's chick stuff. But he can't be buying it for his mother or sister, because these chicks are so particular about the type of stuff that they buy. And this type of behavior of going out and buying something for your girl is usually when the girl can't leave the house. So, are they protecting the boss's daughter? Is it Bruno's team who was set up to look after Trish? And he makes some kind of sly comment like, well, my abilities should be working on him soon enough. And we see that Narancia is slowly starting to shrink himself. End the episode on Narancia being like, I'm gonna find you, Formaggio, and, you know, to be continued. Da-na-na-na. So we got an airplane, a small airplane that can like shoot mini bullets and drop mini bombs, and then we got a stand user who can shrink himself and other people and also has like some kind of claw that can attack you. This is a weird matchup, but it looks like the next episode is going to be them fighting. And there might be some other parts of Narancia's abilities that we just haven't seen yet. I mean, Giorno kind of has a little bit of weird abilities mixed in with him, because he can give life to something, right? But then he can also deflect attacks sometimes. I also wonder if we're gonna get one of those episodes that just like it opens up detailing Narancia's backstory, and it's like this super sad orphan backstory. I could probably imagine an orphan backstory for Narancia just because he acts so childish. It you know, when a character acts like childish, sometimes that has to do with like the psychology of them never having a childhood. So now is their time when they're living out their childhood, and that explains their immaturity. It's the same thing for Harley Quinn. It's this idea that she lived her whole life being serious all the time, that she never had the opportunity to actually be a child. So now in her adulthood, her insane adulthood, her idea is she just wants to act like a child and have fun all the time, even if it means being evil. So I can't wait to see the next episode, and I'll see you guys when it comes out. As usual, remember to like the video, comment below, because your comments are important. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Program restart.